We go to chapter 3, sole traders, partnerships, social enterprises, and franchises. Getting started. So there are several different types of business organization. They vary according to size, type of ownership, and the legal status. So when we talk about legal status, we're talking about what kind of business they are, the position they are, the kind of business they are according to the law of the society. So here we have a case study immediately. This is Mariana Bello. Please read the case study for me.
Marina Bello owns a fence in Seville, Spain, which she calls Marina's Relief. She set up the business in 2012 using £220,000 of her own savings and a £10,000
Bank loan.
bank loan. After so started, the business picked up, which she began to target health conscious customers. She developed a range of drinks from freshly sold fruit and vegetables and used organic ingredients to make homemade snacks. Marina now employs 6 part-time staff and in 2016 she made a profit of £46,000.
So about Mariana, she set up her own business, and after 4 years, she's able to make a profit of around 46,000 euros. That's euros anyway, not pounds. 46,000 euros, and she's able to employ 6 part-time staffs. Okay, so let's go down, please. Then we have another case study immediately. The Alpha Dental and Implant Clinic. Please read for.
The Alpha Dental and Implant Clinic is an established dental practice in Dubai, UAE, which was set up by esteemed dentists Khalid Saeed and Ismail Mansour in 1997. The practice employs 700 people, including
dental hygienists
and
administrative staff.
It carries out a range of dental work, including cosmetic dentistry, such as replacing missing teeth and repairing badly damaged teeth. Khalid specializes in dental implants, so it's very responsible for a range of routine dental work. With the clinical setup, both parties each contribute
$200,000 personal savings. So we go to the first question. They decide who owns the businesses in the above 2 cases. We have the case of Mariana Bello, and we have the case of Khalid and Ismail. So for the answer is what? Mariana Bello is the sole owner of Mariana's, and Khalid and Ismail own the Alpha Dental and Implant Clinic, according to the case study. We made the question to say, discuss one advantage and one disadvantage of owning a business with a partner.
Right?
Yeah, I saw you did it, right? Yeah, I'm going to check it out, but let's just go through it. So when you have a partner, the advantage of having a partner is that we can raise more capital. So when you're starting up a business, I am with you, you are with me, we are together starting up the business. That means my own savings can be part of the business, your own savings can be part of the business that we're going to have a huge amount of money to start with. That's an advantage. And also we can share responsibilities. These are advantages. Now, business owners have to take risk. When you talk about risk, these are uncertainty. Are you with me, please? Risks are uncertainty that might arise in the course of the business. Risks are what? Uncertainty that might arise in the course of the business. So what risks are taken in the above case studies? So for the case studies, the risk taken based on the above case studies are as follows. Mariana used 20,000 euros from her own savings to start up the business in 2012. That's a risk because she might as well lose all the money for the business. That is the risk. And for the case of Khalid and Ismail, they put 200,000 AED into the business from their own savings. They might as well lose such amount of money. So that is the risk taken by business owners who are called entrepreneurs. Is it clear? So that's about that. Forget about. Let's skip question 4. Okay. Now we'll move on. Are you there? They said people who set up businesses are called entrepreneurs. So they are without them, you don't have business. Without them, we wouldn't be talking about goods, we wouldn't be talking about services, products or services. So those that set up businesses to provide goods and services are called entrepreneurs. So they are the risk takers. They control other factors of production. So here we have, it says the roles were played by entrepreneurs in the business are summarized in figure 3. So we have the figure 3 here. Entrepreneurs are innovators, they are organizers, they are risk takers, they are decision makers. So I start here. So entrepreneurs, I wrote these are people that set up the business. So we start with innovators. Why do we call them innovators? We call them innovators because they make money from creating new business ideas. Yeah, they come up with ideas, and because of these ideas, when the idea works, they make money from it. So that's why we call entrepreneurs innovators. Two, we call them organizers. Why are they organizers? They are organizers because they put all the resources needed, the factors of production together. They are the ones that are putting all the factors of production together. So yeah, they are the ones who set up the system by organizing other factors of production. They set up a system, and in this system, they use it in controlling the factors of production like land, labor, and capital. Is it clear? The third one, decision makers. I wrote, they make decisions on how to raise, finance, product design, choice of product, method, prices, recruitment, as they are the owners of the business. So why are they the decision makers? They are the decision makers because they are the one risking their own savings into the business. So they are supposed to take decisions going forward for the business. And the last one, we call them risk takers. Yeah, I wrote, they risk losing any money they put into the business. Just like the case of Mariana or Khalid and Ismail, they might lose all the money they put into the business. That's why we call entrepreneurs risk takers. Is it clear? So we go to incorporated and unincorporated businesses. When we talk about the legal form of a business, so it is either unincorporated or incorporated. So what is an unincorporated business?
What is a legal form?
Legal, I told you, legal means the way the settings of the business. What your kind of business is according to the law of the country. Oh, the kind of business you do is just a one-man business, so it is a sole trader according to the law of the society. Okay. So unincorporated and incorporated business. I wrote unincorporated business. These are businesses where there is no legal distinction between the owners and the business. So when you talk about a business being unincorporated, it means that you cannot separate the owner from the business. They are together. So whatever happens to the business will as well affect the owner of the business. That's why we call it unincorporated business. Example of unincorporated business is a partnership or sole trader. Is it clear? Is it clear, please? Good. Then we have incorporated business. When we talk about incorporated business, please. When we talk about incorporated business, I wrote these are businesses that have a separate legal identity from that of their owners. So for an incorporated business, it means the owners of such business is separated from the business. They have different legal entity. So whatever happens to the business does not directly affect the owners of the business. Though they might lose their investment, but they would not lose their personal wealth into the business. I think it's clear. So we would not talk about sole trader partnership or different sorts of businesses without understanding incorporated and unincorporated business. And we would never talk about business without talking about entrepreneurs. You get it? So the entrepreneurs comes up with the business idea that we start talking about. That's why we started with entrepreneurs. Is it clear? Now we know what entrepreneurs are, who entrepreneurs are. Now we know that we have two legal forms of business, unincorporated and incorporated business. Now we go into the business itself, the kind of business we have. We start with sole trader. So for a sole trader, a sole trader or sole proprietor is the simplest form of business organization. It has one owner but can employ any number of people. Sole traders may be involved in a wide range of business activity in the primary sector. They are farmers, fishermen; in the secondary sector, small builders and manufacturers. And also they can be in the tertiary sector, just like the cleaners.
Sole traders are the trading force by himself.
Yeah, that's a sole trader. Yeah, that's a sole trader. So here I said a sole trader is a business owned by a single person. So he or she is in charge. So what are the advantages of being a sole trader? Number one. So number one, I said The owner keeps all the profit. It's your business, it's your investment. You are the owner of the business. So whatever profit you make in the business stays with you. You keep it all alone. I think it's clear. So they are independent. When you talk about being independent, it means that they have full control over their business because it's their business. They are the one in charge. So they take decisions on the business. They have full control of the business. The third one, simple to set up. There's no legal document needed to set up. It's just like you having a shop in front of your house here. Do you need to tell the government that you want to open a shop? No. So that means you don't need any legal formality to set up a partnership or a sole trader. The fourth one can offer personal service due to their size. Because the size is small, it becomes easier for you to even take up personal services, such like home services like cleaning, haircut, and the what. Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
Yes.
Then we'll go to the problems that might arise being a sole trader. Number one, have unlimited liability. So when we talk about having unlimited liability, it implies that the depth of the business, whatever happens to the business, it could affect the owner of the business. So that means whatever happens to this business, if the business is owing certain people, the owners of the business might have to sell their cars to pay off their debts. That's why we call it unlimited liability. That means the debt of the business can be transferred to the personal wealth of the owner. Is it clear? Two, may struggle to raise finance. Yeah. Banks, when we talk about their struggle to raise finance, because they are small businesses, banks and other financial institutions might see them as high risk. That means when we talk about high risk, it means they don't have the capacity to pay back debts. So this might make it difficult for them to be able to raise finance externally. Do you understand? Sourcing for finance means that you're looking for cash to put into the business or to buy equipment into your business. But as a sole trader, you might not be able to get that. Reason being that you'll be considered as a business that cannot be able to pay back. High risk. Do you understand the second one? Yeah, the third one, long hours and very hard work. Sole traders might not have the financial capacity to employ workers. So as a result of that, they might as well have to do the work themselves. So if you have to do the job of 3 people, that is going to take you more time to get that done. So that's why they spend long hours at work because they might not have that financial capability to employ more workers. The fourth one, lack of continuity. When we talk about lack of continuity, are you here with me? When we talk about lack of continuity, it means that whatever happens, if the owner of the business dies, then the business might as well go with the owner. That's another disadvantage. Do you understand? Then we immediately go to partnership. Are you there?
Yes.
So for partnership, I wrote a partnership exists between a partnership exists between 2 and 20 people who own a business together. So when we talk about partnership, it means 2 or more people are coming together, at least the maximum 20 are coming together to set up a business with the aim of making profit. Is it clear? Here, I wrote, there are no legal formalities to complete when a partnership is formed. It's just like the same as the sole trader. You don't have any paperwork to complete, or you don't have to inform the government to start a partnership. But what makes it differ from a sole trader is that 1, it involves 2 or more people, and 2, they come up with what we call partnership deed. They come up with what? Partnership deed. Deed of partners. We call it deed. No, deed. D-E-E-D. D-double-E-D. It's there. Look at it, please. They come up with partnership deed. Deed of partners. They come up with deed of partners. Deed of partnership. So, what does the deed of partnership means? So, this is what they base their operations on. Are you with me? So here I wrote, however, partners may produce a deed of partnership. This is a legal document that states partners' rights in the event of dispute. So whenever conflict occurs, they go through the partnership deed to see what your right is, what my right is, what his right is, before we take up or make up a judgment. So from the partnership deeds, what are What are the features or what are included in the partnership deal? Number one, how much capital each partner will contribute. That means the amount of money each partner, stop that please. Put your focus here, please. The first one, how much capital each partner will contribute. What it implies is that the amount of money each partner has contributed into that partnership business. Two, how profit and losses will be shared among the partners. That means how the goal is the share of profit or losses, because profit will be made definitely or loss in the business. So how do they share it? What ratio do they share the profit or loss? That's the second. The third one, the procedure for ending the partnership. That's what we call partnership dissolution. Partnership dissolution. What do I call it? Partnership dissolution. What do I call it? I said something now. Partnership dissolution. What do I call it? Partnership dissolution. Yeah, it means how they end up the partner, how they can stop. It's a partnership. How they can end it. That's what we call dissolution. What do I call it? Dissolution. What do I say now? Dissolution. It means that the partnership business can also come to an end. It starts. Anything that starts can end. So how they end it will be written in the partnership deed. So partnership dissolution means the end of the partner. I wrote it here for you already. The end of the partnership. But how will they come up with ending the partnership business? It's written in the partnership deed. The fifth one, how much control each partner has. So what's your position in the partnership? What's my position in the partnership? That's what we're talking about. And the last one, rules for taking up new partners. It's a partnership business, so there's possibilities that you take up new partners. Do you understand? So whatever happens, so what we're talking about the partnership deed is that it guides them on how to operate as partners. Is it clear? Is it clear, please? Yes. So we go to the advantages of partnerships. Number one, easy to set up and run. So it's just the same way as the sole trader. It is not difficult to set up a partnership. Are you there? So for partnership, it is easy to set up. Two, partners can specialize in their area of expectation. So partners can specialize in their area of expertise. So what it means is that each partner would have his own specialty. So I have my specialty, I have my skill, you have your skill, everybody has their skill. So it means that we can work on each individual skills to bring up the organization or the business. So that means everyone will have his or her own expertise. Is it clear? The third one, the job of running the business is shared. So there's shared responsibility. So I do my part, you do your part, he does his part, she does her part. Unlike a sole trader, that you have to spend long hours because you have to do everything all by yourself. The fourth one, more capital can be raised with more owners. So when you're employed, because you can invite new partners according to the partnership deed, it means whenever you think of increasing your capital, you can invite more partners, which is an advantage. And the last one, financial information is not published. You don't need to publish, make publications on what you have made as a business in terms of your balance sheet or your income statement. So you don't need to give report of your statement of financial position. You don't need to give a report of your financial accounts, your financial statement. That's an advantage. So even your competitors will not know what your worth is as a business. They wouldn't know what your worth is. But if you have to publish your financial statement, competitors will see it, people will see it, so they would know what you have. Is it clear? What are the problems you face as being a partner? Number one, partners have unlimited liability, just the same as the sole trader. They have whatever happens to the business might as well affect the owners of the business, the partners. Two, profit has to be shared. So when you have invested so much money, but the return on your investment is little, because you have to share it. Unlike the sole trader that keeps all the profits to itself. So you have to share profit. Look at the advantage there. Share of responsibility is an advantage, but here share of profit is a problem because your return on investment becomes less.
Because partnerships.
You have to share it among yourself. Do you get it? In partnership, you have to share the profit. The business will make profit. The profit made has to be shared according to the share of profit written in the partnership deed. But for the sole trader, you don't have. You want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say it's not the same price. Sole trader give like a high profit, and partnerships they have like.
They have to share it among themselves, so it becomes lesser. But in partnership, you have to share responsibility. In sole trader, you have to take all the responsibility. The last one, partnerships still tend to be small. Partnerships still tend to be small. There's one I left, I will talk about it. What we're saying is that no matter how, the only numbers you can have as partners, the maximum is 20. So that means you cannot raise capital above 20 people. Do you understand? So that means it's still limited. The amount of money you could raise as partners is still limited. That is what they meant by partnerships still tend to be small. Do you get the last one? It said partnerships still tend to be small. What it implies is that no matter how big the partnership business is, there's limits to the capital that can be raised by the business. Because you cannot exceed 20. Is it clear? And second to the last, they said any partner's decision is legally binding on all. Please focus here. Look at me, please. What I'm saying is that the second to the last, they said any partner's decision is legally binding on all. So decision of one partner would affect all the partners. So if a partner takes a wrong decision, it affects the business itself. If a partner makes a mistake, it affects all the partners. That is what is meant by a decision of a partner is legally binding on all. Is it clear? Then we have, so for partnership, sometimes we have what we call limited partners. Why do we call them limited partners? We call them limited partners because they invested capital into the business, but they don't take part in the management of the business. As a result of that, whatever happens to that business, they're going to have limited liability. Get it right. They are limited partners. Partnership business is unlimited. Partnership business has unlimited liability. But part of the unlimited liability, we have limited partners. So you might be a limited partner. How can you be a limited partner? You can be a limited partner if you only invest in the business without taking part in the management of the business. You only invested, you are not taking part in the management of the business. So if that occurs, it means that whatever happens to the business, the only thing you lose is your investment. You would never lose your personal wealth. Is it clear? Yes. Then we go to the activity. Activity 1, please. Yeah, this said Kisuli Okuma and Ogwino. Can you read it for me, please?
It's a form of.
It's a firm.
It's a firm of
chartered accountants.
Based in.
Let me just read it. Kisuli Okumu and Ogwino is a firm of chartered accountants based in Mombasa, Kenya. It employs, in addition to 3 partners, 16 other staff, and provides a range of financial services for local clients. A deed of partnership was drawn up when the business was established in 2010 to raise finance for the business. Each partner contributes KES 2 million. One of the strengths of the business was that each of the partners was a specialist in a particular field. Michael Kisuli was a corporate tax specialist, Edwin Okumu was an investment analyst, and Joseph Owino was in charge of audits. So they have their specialty, they have different expertise. So why do you think Kisuli, Okumu, and Owino drew up a deed of partners? So, or partnership. So I wrote here, they drew up a deed of partnership to help them to help them understand the following. One, the right of each partner. So with the partnership deed, like I told you earlier, the partnership deed helps you to understand the rights you have, the right I have, the right he has as a partner. So that's one of the reasons. Two, to state how much capital has been contributed by each of them, by Kisuli, by Kunu, and Owino. Three, to state how profit and losses can be shared. So they would have created this partnership deed so that they know how much profit each of them would have. The fourth one, how much control each partner has. They can't be the boss all through. One will be ahead of another. So with the partnership deed, they'll be able to know who is at the top, who is in control, who's in charge. So that's it. We are talking about reasons why they would have drew up the partnership, the question. The fifth one, the procedure of dissolution. They might as well draw up the partnership deed to know how to end the partnership business. And the last one, the rules of taking new partners. Because they said they are taking up new partners. So without the partnership deed, they wouldn't understand the procedures to go through in case we need to take, or in case they need to take new partners. Is it clear? Then question 2. It said, how does this case study illustrate one of the main advantages of partnership? The case study already said, it said Owino, Okimu, and Kisuli, they have different expertise. One is a corporate tax analyst, specialist. Another one is an investment analyst, and the third one is an auditor. So with partnership, each partners will have their area of specialty, which means that they might offer different services to their clients. So look at what I wrote here. One of the main advantages of partnership is that partners are likely to have different skills. And this brings about specialization, which may help them to offer clients with wider range of services. Do you get it? Any questions about that? So that's all about sole trader and partnership.